Hi, my name is Sybil.
And I'm Tommie. And this is our story.
This is our story. We always wanted to travel, and being an extreme cheapskate, sailing with a boat, not paying for petrol or diesel with a wind for free, sounded like a good idea of doing it. The cheapest way. Also, rather than wait for the perfect boat, is get a boat and do it soon. Then try and get the perfect boat and then wait for 30 years and then probably die without having sailed around the world.
Yeah, definitely.
So we started boat shopping, and I realized how expensive the new boats were. And then I started looking at second-hand boats, looking all over the country. But we got a good idea of what boats were going for. And I realized that you could get a boat reasonably cheap if it needed work. If there was no work needed, you had to pay top dollar for it. But once it needed work, you can make a deal and you can get it quite cheaply. Having little money and lots of stuff, the idea of bartering a boat with all the stuff I had lying around started forming in my head, and I started discussing this. We had a look at a nice boat on the Vaal Dam, and I said to this guy, look, I haven't got the money, but I've got a lot of stuff. Is it maybe not something that you are interested in? And he was farming, so I had a lot of farming stuff. I had a lawnmower, a ride-on lawnmower, and a 4x4 SUV bucky, and I had a boat, Bayliner boat.
It's a power boat.
That were lying around, and motorbikes and stuff. So I sent photos to this guy of all the stuff I had, and then eventually we found a lekker deal, and I swapped him for a SUV and a ride-on lawnmower, and I paid his outstanding mooring fees, and we got a lekker deal, and we got a Stadt 34 on the Stadt.
This little boat here.
Yeah.
It was 100% the boat.
Yeah, it was a complete boat. It was on the Vaal Dam. It was sailing. All the sails and everything were there. The furniture was in. It was a complete boat. The electronics was a bit outdated. We used it on the dam. We went, slept over. My son
sailing a little bit.
Sailing a bit.
It's like
It had the roller furling in the front, which I liked.
It's quite easy to use.
Yeah, didn't have a furler on the mainsail, but the stack pack with the easy jacks was quite comfortable working. And then we were enjoying it, with the idea of sailing around the world. One Sunday when coming back, I closed the one Seacock, and as I closed the Seacock, I broke it and the water started flooding in. I thought to myself, oh, this is it, now I'm going to sink it in a marina. I phoned the owner of the marina and I said to him, listen, do you mind, I'm going to sit here. He said, no, but look, I've got the stuff, let's pull it out and we can fix it for you. We can fix the Seacock. I said, okay, let's go. And we took it out, and without wanting to take it out, it was out of the water.
It kind of kick-started us.
Yeah, it kick-started me. I thought, well, while it was out of the water, I'm not going to pay another guy to fix a boat, which, the stuff that he's fixing is not really, I need to get rid of the rust. So then we started planning on getting it home. With the boat out now, this was an ideal opportunity to start fixing it up. They wanted to fix it at the marina, but then they would just fix the Seacock, and the rust and stuff will still be there. And so I decided to start making plans to get this boat home. Getting the boat transported was quite expensive,
especially without a trailer.
Without a trailer, and getting guys to do it for you, they were talking about lots of money. So I started looking around at auctions for the trailer to tow the boat, but the boat was quite heavy, about 6.5 tons, so I had to get a truck trailer to tow it. So I found a trailer on the internet on an auction.
Old container trailer, right?
Container trailer, yeah. And I bought that for very little money. And I started taking measurements, and I saw that we could get this thing to work. Then we took the trailer out there, put it on the trailer, and then started fitting reinforcing stays to keep it upright and modifying the trailer to transport the boat.
Welded it in place, built the trailer basically, modified it to work at least for the boat.
Because keeping the boat there would be very expensive, especially if we had to pay standing fees and And the other thing was having to travel 90 kilometers there and back every weekend to work on it. It would be better, because I've got a workshop at home, it would be better to bring it home. So we brought it home, and I had to lift the roof because it was quite high. So I lifted the roof of the workshop, and we actually pulled the boat in and closed it behind the boat.
Yeah, we built it in shotgun there now.
In the container, in the workshop. Then we started stripping the boat, and we realized, I knew it had a lot of rust in for looking previously in the bulges, but when we started stripping, we realized that there had a lot of rust. As a matter of fact, some places were actually, as we cleaned it up, there was holes in the hull. That was very, very thin. Tommie said, no, we'll just flip it, let's just slap some plates on the side and just take it as it is.
Yeah, I was ready to go.
Yeah, he wanted to go. I thought to myself, now listen, I've got to check every centimeter of this hull to make sure that, we've got no thin spots. I don't want to sail around the world with a worry at the back of my head. Is there maybe a place that it's going to, or if we have eat something at night and that rust comes out and the boat sinks. So we started cutting out the thin pieces and welding in new plates where it was needed. And the other thing that was also bothering me about the boat is it was very low. Being 6 foot, just over 6 foot, I had to walk with my head. I couldn't walk properly in the boat because the headroom was very low. I thought to myself, if I had to sail around the world and walk like a flippin' midget the whole day, you can't say midget.
Quasimodo.
Walk like a small person. So I saw on the internet some boats, and it's lifted at the back, and I thought, well, steel, I can work with steel. And we lifted the roof about 150 millimeters and welded it on again. At that stage, Tommie was still working in Johannesburg.
Yeah, the progress was a bit slow, I think, on the boat in general.
Yeah, because we were doing everything. We didn't really have money, lots of money, so the work had to be done by myself. So we worked on it on weekends and at night and that. But there wasn't really money to buy, I could buy the new plates to weld it in and weld the plates in, but I didn't have any money for sandblasting and that sort of thing. At one stage he bought the boat as well, a little boat.
Yeah, I bought the boat and I wanted to go to Madagascar.
With a boat like it is, it was like a 21-footer.
Yeah, 21-foot little boat. But then I realized how expensive a lot of this is. You have to buy like a lot of things to get at seaworthy, EPIRB and Stadt, like nothing, and no navigation equipment, nothing. We were just going to head, west and hope for the best. Luckily, my brother broke the boat, so that dream was.
Yeah, he was one day sleeping on the boat and I rammed him at night with a flippin' powerboat. Almost sank it.
So luckily I couldn't drown on the way to Madagascar.
And also I realized that I'm flipping 57 years old. If I want to sail around the world, I can't start when I'm 75. I've got to start doing it, at least go around the world once before I'm 60. So that also put a bit of a rush on the whole idea of fixing the boat.
And I have to go with because I have to help this old man, just in case he gets stuck on the boat.
He wanted to see the world, so this was a cheap way of doing it.
But then, after a couple of years, because my dad also, he was moving house and a lot of things. After a couple of years, he sold his house, so he made a couple of bucks. And we had some funding to move forward with the boat.
Yeah, then I started, and then as soon as he got interested and he said he was on board to come help me fix a boat, then he moved here. Luckily, being in the IT game, he could work from home, so he could move in, and we started working on the boat.
We're still working a little bit, and then we're working on the boat, see if we can get it done as fast as possible.
And now this is where we are. Now we're going like a Boeing, where we're trying to get it done as quickly as possible.
Yeah, going like a Boeing.
Had it sandblasted, painted it with after the sandblasting, we painted it with epoxy. after the epoxy, we sprayed it with a 2K automotive paint. And now we started putting the furniture back.
That's it. If you want to see us rats working on this boat, keep an eye on the channel. We'll post more videos soon. Hopefully our recording, editing and all those lekker things will, I don't know, get upgraded, work lekker.